Music teachers tend to have a song for every occasion, and in my case I have a lot of animal songs. I love a good animal song, love a good ocean song, like those kind of things are kind of my jam. And for some reason I have collected a weird amount of songs about frogs. I know that sounds so strange, but whatever, like not even intentionally, just like the frog songs just keep popping up and they just all keep being so amazing that I have to use them. So in this video, I'm gonna show you some of my favorite frog themed songs, as weird as it is. In case you need some frog themed songs, maybe you have one and you need a couple more, maybe you're looking for something for the springtime, maybe you're watching this in 2024 or 2028 and it's a leap year, and so frog themed songs are like perfect. Whatever the case is, I got you covered for frog themed songs. These are going to be mostly for the younger kids, but they're still gonna be great. Quick little interruption to let you know about two things you're going to want. Number one is you can actually get a free Google Slides presentation that goes through each of the different songs. It has the lyrics to each of the songs. Each one has something to do. So one has a game, one has talking about AB form, one has like a movement activity to go along with it. And it also includes video recordings of each of the different songs so you can play it and have the kids sing along. And yeah, so I will leave the link to that down below. Number two is there's also going to be sheet music included in there, and if you click on the other link down below on the blog post, there's also sheet music that you can get on the blog post to see it if you are more of a visual person. So I'll leave both those things linked down below: free frog slides and the blog post with the sheet music. So this first one is actually a Japanese frog song, and it is called Kaeuro. I am not good at Japanese, so please correct my pronunciation down below, but I firmly believe that just because a language is not something you're like super proficient in doesn't mean that you should not use songs from that country. So for this one, it has 4 different lines and each one has its own action. So this one goes Kaeru no uta ga kikoete kuru yo, gwa gwa gua, gua, jero, 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 gua, gua, gua. So on the gua parts, you're doing your hands and legs go opposite. So your hands go in and your legs go out. And then when your hands go out, your legs go in, and so on and so forth. I have a really cute video of actually a bunch of people in an older folks home singing this song that are Japanese, so you can check that out down below. You can do this one as a round, which is fun if you want to do it with some of the older kids. I might try it with 3rd grade. We're doing mostly ocean songs, but maybe I can sneak in one frog song. But it's really fun. It also has a half note, so I might try it with my 2nd graders this year. And yeah, it's a good one. They love it. It's so cute. Even though it is Japanese, it's pretty short and the parts are not too hard. So highly recommend you check it out. Next up is Frog in the Meadow. I love Frog in the Meadow. It's one of my favorite songs ever. I love that you can use it for so many things. The version I use is So and Me. I've heard some people say that they do it Do Re Mi. The version I learned and have always used is So Me. So there we are. So we use So Me, and then it also has a rest in it, so it's good for the older kids. It has a really fun singing game. So let's get to it. Frog in the meadow, can't get him out. Take a little stick and stir him about. It's very simple, really short, and again, use it for So Me, use it for quarter rest, and there's a really fun game that goes with it. So for this game, what happens is everyone sits in a circle and one person stands in the middle. They're supposed to cover their eyes and they turn around in a circle and like point out. At the end of the song, they stop, and whoever they're pointing to, those 2 people that they're pointing to, they cut their hands. Oh, sorry, and we're supposed to be, you know, holding hands. They cut their hands just like in Cut the Cake, and those 2 people go around the circle in opposite directions and come back to tag the frog. Whoever tags the frog first is the winner. So it's like it's like Dr. Goose on steroids. So really fun. A couple little tips for it. I like to have the kids seated instead of standing because it just takes the chaos level down a little bit. And then instead of like this on their hands, I'll just have them tap the shoulders of the two people next to them. And then they go around the circle. When they meet on the other side, this, by the way, can be really tricky for some of the younger kids, like we're going opposite ways. They really struggle with that. So I like this more with first or second grade. It's been real hard in kindergarten. I wouldn't suggest it. Even in first grade, it can be dicey. And then when they meet in the middle, you got to make sure they don't slam into each other. So what we typically do is we will shake hands and we just count 1, 2, 3, and then they keep going the same ways they were already going. I've heard some people do good morning, good noon, good morning, good afternoon, good night, or something like that. We just count to 3 and that's easier. And usually all the kids in the circle will be like 1, 2, 3, and then they keep going. Whoever gets to the frog is the winner. I love this one. We use it for, like I said, this year we used it for quarter rest. Sometimes we use it for so-me. It just kind of depends on, you know, my mood and what's going on. And I love the game. It's so much fun. We played at the beginning of the year, but I might bring it back out. Because it's so much fun. So there we go. Frog in the Meadow. I will link a video I have down below all about it. And I do have a lesson pack all about this one that has like all the visuals and slides and printables and everything you could possibly need to teach Frog in the Meadow and teach all those concepts. And I will link those down below. Next up is el coqui. If you're not familiar, el coqui is a little teeny tiny tree frog that lives in Puerto Rico that makes a really big noise. This one, the noise it makes is like coqui, coqui. So this song has that in it. I'm gonna cut to me playing it in my classroom because I did not bring my ukulele home and I want to show you the whole thing. El coqui, mi me encanta, es tan lindo el cantar del coqui. I'm not supposed to put that many rests in between the coquis, but that's how I like to sing it, so it's fine. There's kind of two different parts. There's like a verse and a chorus. I usually only teach the kids the chorus part, and the great part about that is the only word in it is coqui, 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 coqui. So they only have one word to learn. So if they're struggling with learning words in different languages, that's a great place to start because it's really simple. This year, actually in the past, that was the only part that I ever used. And this year I started using both parts, but I would sing the first half and they would sing the second half. So what we do with this one is, first of all, we like to talk about all the Hispanic countries and Spanish as a language and different places like that. And then we sing the song. I like to use the chorus. We'll practice high and low. So I tell them to like make a little frog with their hand and the frog jumps to show the melody, the contour of the song. So coqui, 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 sorry. And so the frog jumps up and down for that part. On the other part, I have them sway back and forth. So they sway and then we do the cookies. And then usually I will make it a little more chaotic by having them hop around the room instead of swaying. And then when we get to the chorus, they stop and then they make their frog go up and down to show the highs and the lows, and it's a really good time. I also have a really cute book that's called Coqui in the City. It's about a little immigrant boy who moves from Puerto Rico to New York, and he's sad because he has a pet cookie and he can't take it with him, and he ends up finding that even though New York is very different, it has, you know, some of the same things, and it's really cute. Highly recommend that one. I will link it down below. Also, if you're gonna do this one, definitely let them listen to a video of what a coqui sounds like, because if you're not from Puerto Rico, it sounds crazy. Like, what in the actual world? How does it make that noise? I don't know. And the final song that I have for today is actually ironically not on my notes because I wrote my notes months ago and then I found this one after it. So let me make sure that I'm singing the right thing for you. Please hold. With the little green frog one day. With the little green frog. With the little green frog one day, and they all went but we know frogs go la-dee-la-dee-da, la-dee-la-dee-da, la-dee-la-dee-da. We know frogs go la-dee-la-dee-da. They don't go So Little Green Frog, this is such a fun song. I don't know where I found it or how I found it, but I'm so glad I found it because it has been an absolute favorite with my kindergartners and my first graders. They are obsessed with the song. Like, this is the one that we learned months ago that they're still asking to sing all the time. It is so cute. So for this one, on the beginning part, we have them take their little frog and bounce their frog on their knee so he goes back and forth. And then on the second part, they're clapping. So it's la-dee la-dee da, la-dee la-dee da, la-dee la-dee da, we know frogs go, la-dee la-dee da, they don't go. So after we learn the song, I have them just keep the beat, and then we do the second part and we go through the whole thing, and then we'll switch because I'll tell them, okay, do frogs really say la di da di da? And they're like, no. And so I'm like, well, what do frogs say? And someone always says, oh, they say ribbit. Like, great, this time instead of la di da di da, we're gonna say, we know frogs go ribbit, 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 and we'll go through different things. And so we go through that one, and then actually I put what I did this year is I put up on the board some different frog sounds, and we listened to different frogs, and then we tried to figure out what that frog sound, how we could sing that, and we put that into the song. Since I'm at a STEAM school, I also took it an extra level, and the kids had to identify the frogs and write however they thought the frog would sound. So we have like STEAM journals where they write all their like science, technology, engineering, arts, and math stuff in. So that was an entry in our STEAM journal. They had to draw a quick little picture of the frog that was on the screen. So coqui, they would draw a coqui, they would write its name and then write like what sound it makes. And then we did, I think, 4 of them total, and that was a huge hit. So a little sciencey thing you can bring in there. It's talking about how the different frogs make different noises. You can even bring it into like high and low because, you know, the smaller frogs usually sound higher than the bigger frogs. So anyway, lots of possibilities, but if you're gonna do one, I would actually suggest that one because it is the best. It's so good. Anyway, thank you for watching all about all of the random frog songs that I had. I will leave these all linked in the blog post down below so you can grab that sheet music that goes with each of the different pieces. And I would love to know which frog songs you're using and if you have additional frog songs, because now I feel like I need more. So that's my story. Let me know those things down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.